What a game. What a game. What a game. We just witnessed a great classic bout between two heavyweights. Outstanding series. Outstanding series. Oh, it's going to be Curry versus Curry. Nah, they're somewhere in. Right now, they just got stopped at 50-something, which makes no damn sense. But this is what we're speaking about. The CJ McCollum. And when CJ has a big game, everybody blows up and they jump out of their chair because it's incredible. CJ in back-to-back games dropping 30 and facing elimination 2 games. They were down 3 games to 2. For you guys who are going to be watching this video later, this is a live video. We are live. That means if you want to donate to the page, hit the Cash App up, which is Carcino on the Cash App. For those who support me, do so. We appreciate it. It's the first time the Portland Trail Blazers have been in a conference final in 20 years. 20 years. And in those 20 years, they were a team who were predicted to go far in the playoffs. In the past 2 years, they've been predicted to go far, at least to the second round. And they got swept in back-to-back years. They were 0-10 in their last playoff game, dating back 3 years. The difference between this Portland Trailblazer team and teams of the past is that it all came down to CJ and Dame. And if both of them are having an off day, game over. The game is over. You got them beat. This year is different. This year, when Dame went off, he get 30-plus points, and CJ have a modest game. They needed that third person to show up. They needed him bad. And who was that third person to come in there and say, you know what? Don't worry about it. I got this. It was your boy, Rodney Hood, who stepped it up and said, we here, we got your back. And I hate to say this. I really do hate to say this. Evan Turner was the one to show up tonight in today's game. He showed up. Like I told you, Rodney didn't really go off like Rodney goes off tonight. Evan stepped up. Somebody else was stepping up for Portland. That doesn't usually happen. When the team normally go down, the whole team fall like dominoes. This year has been entirely different. There are actually people picking the Portland Trailblazers to defeat the Golden State Warriors. I hate to say this, but it was kind of a good thing they lost Nurkic. When Portland lost Nurkic, it opened up the door for them to get lighter, get faster at the center position, at the 5 position, and let some of those young guys with live bodies get in there. Nurkic is a little too stiff at times, and he slows the game down considerably. Now, in this game, once the ball was tipped in the air, it was a whole new show. And don't forget to hit the like button, people. And you can click the link in the description box. If you want to donate too, you can hit the Streamlab up. That way you can leave me a message. Okay, Mr. Williams, I see you. And thank you. True story. Now, from the jump, Portland was playing more loose. Denver has played in back-to-back 7 games. They won 7 games with the Spurs when they really shouldn't have won 7 games with the Spurs. And they should have had the Spurs out in like 5 games. But it got extended to 7. And they happened to win that game, but they should have really lost the way they played. They were nervous and they were tight. And by the time it got to the 4th quarter, guys loosened up. But they really should have lost that game. Then we go and we move to the other side of the coin. We look at what was happening on their defensive end. Defensively, they were sound. They had guys making plays early on defensively. Offensively, they were off. They were forcing it. They were trying to make that moment. And this is the problem that Denver's going to have to learn. When it comes down to like I'm trying to see what is the word. Like making the right play or decision making. Murray has got to realize and understand the situation of the game. And when Denver did a lot in this whole playoffs this year, is depend on him being the hero. He's too young for these type of moments. And you starting to see that he'll one day have a great game and the next game have a bad one. He can't really consistently put it together over a flow of games. Thank you. Yeah, it's been the best playoffs in 13 years. And I called it before the playoffs even started. Thank God. Thank the gods in the heavens. They have shown you better basketball, better game. Why? Because they got rid of that bum. They cut the bum off, and now everything's rolling. It's amazing how his presence in these playoffs have not dulled down the game. Everybody's excited about the games now. Nobody's worried about the sideshow freak. Now, Liverpool had an amazing season, but just like LeBron, they lose. LeBron is part owner of Liverpool. He just torpedoed y'all. He got your hopes up and torpedoed y'all at the end. I hate to rub salt, but once you had LeBron James, we knew this was inevitable. Look, LeBron has struck again. He took down Liverpool. Now, the situation is on the table. The electricity is running. Everybody's excited as you saw everybody step up and make plays. In different stretches of the game, Portland won by eliminating their flaws. Portland flaws in all of those 0-10 playoff games that they had, they shot a hell of a lot of threes when they could have just shot the damn two. That didn't happen this year. They finally listened to one of my videos when I got last year when I think they got eliminated, and I went off on Dame Lillard. And I was like, Dame time, dropping dimes when they lost to AD and the Pelicans. That was the most embarrassing. With no Boogie Cousins, y'all get swept by them. And all this Dame time and all that, I'm like, look, you might as well cancel that. Put the 10 up for that. You know, you need to put the 10 up, bro, because you can't come out here shooting all these offers and keep going for threes and crippling the team. Rondo killed him because they were killing themselves. He just put them to sleep. They kept putting the gun in Rondo's hand to put him down. Now, we look at the situation now, it's a little different from what really went down and what really was the determining factor. Dame Lillard came through in the clutches of this game, and so did CJ. Second chance points in the second half killed Portland. Portland played great D, and then when the offense started to wake up and they started to go through Jokic and getting the Joker rolling, Murray, who had a terrible game, he was out there still trying to force things to happen. Then he got a little gun shy on offense. The rest of the guys could not sustain. They'll make a run, they'll come back, but their offense never got a chance to really roar because they played a very tight game. They were trying to force things too much. Nervous energy, and they're at home. They did that in Game 7 against the Spurs, and the Spurs were just not able enough to capitalize. They almost won the game. They blew it. Now, I don't know why Danny Ainge was barely there. But anyway, situations always change. The situations went, matter of fact, after the finals, he was right back in the finals in back-to-back years. He was on Portland, and he went to the Phoenix Suns, and then they were in the finals. Same situation. Nick Nurse looking nervous. His name is Nick Nurse. People didn't know who he was. What's your name? Nick Nurse? I need a Nick Nurse. Ah, Nick Nurse. Well, they up 4-0. So, anyway, to close everything here, if I see people hitting up the Cash App, which my name is Carcino on the Cash App, if I see people doing that, I'll go live for the Toronto game. It don't matter. Like I said, you guys, if I see you guys donating, then that's when I go live. But CJ took over the game in the fourth quarter because he knew not to make the same mistakes. He knew not to make the same mistakes that that Portland that had troubled them over the years. And what troubled Portland over the years was the stupid mistakes that was made on the court. My goodness. Portland had all these stupid mistakes, stupid mistakes, stupid mistakes. And that's what kaput them over the last 10 games in 3 years. So CJ was not going to let that happen in this game 7. If they were going to lose, they were going to lose doing something different. And CJ had 37 points today. And do you want to know, out of the 37 points, one determining factor of the game? One determining factor of this entire game was the fact CJ shot 1-3 the entire game. CJ McCollum shot 1 3-point shot the entire game. They were not going to chunk up a bunch of threes to try to win the game. He got 37 points, shooting mid-range shots. Well, maybe they'll Houston will wake up one year and they got to fire Mr. Pringles. Somebody getting fired over there. Suspension. Big dummy. I know if I'm OJ Mayo, a guy who ruined his career off weed. Oh, he gonna stop the drinking and the partying with the women? I doubt it. That was OJ Mayo's downfall, was weed. That was his gateway. What, the just look like he woke up face? That's the look. If that's the look, then yeah, I'm pulling it off. It was a deterioration to open him up to doing Molly, all the party drugs, ruined his career. And now he had to sit out a whole year. Let's see, because he continuously violated the drug policy. Well, Yeah, when I see people donate to the page and stuff like that, then I'll go live. We'll tackle that, but I just wanted to break down what happened in the Portland game. So I'll let y'all dwell on it, and then I'll see if I go live. You can either hit the Cash App up or click the link in the description box, and then in halftime, you can leave your number in the Streamlab, and if you want me to call you, and I'll call you during the halftime, and we'll talk about the game and go from there. I'm out.